A little interesting detail here is that Lund University was founded as an imperialistic move by the Swedish king. We had just conquered this province from Denmark, and he thought, we need to do this Swedish as quickly as possible. Let's put a university there. So it could remind us of the fact that universities have been used for many purposes in history. And we're living in an era which has been, it is, and it's going to be. So things change all the time. And mainly they change not because universities evolve like species according to Darwin, but mostly because people change. It's really strange how stable university teaching is. And again, we have teachers developing new ways of teaching here and there all the time. Students being part of this development, driving this development, pushing for better teaching. And they do that, and they manage to change a little bit, but the overall pattern doesn't really change. We often use the metaphor of traditions. They are so heavy traditions. Traditions in turn then are linked to cultures. So you might say that stability of teaching at university depends on patterns of culture, which stabilizes things, and new teachers have to learn how to do these things, and everything more or less remains the same. There is basically no limit to how much resources have been spent to develop higher education as a teaching organization, and then nothing happened. You give an academic, we did that for a long time in Sweden, we did give individual academics lots of resources, and they developed wonderful teaching. And it's documented, these students being part of that, wonderful experiences, wonderful learning and personal development and everything. And then the funding stops and it sort of goes back again. We call it the rubber band effect. So the resources manage to pull the rubber band like this, and wonderful stuff happens, and then the funding ends, and it's back again to what always took place. So I believe that quality comes from a slow, steady change. And it has to be informed. It's not okay just to have an opinion about teaching. Is that okay in this university? Is it okay to just have an opinion, to engage in a discussion by just saying, well, I think? The whole idea here is to sort of develop culture. And develop the teaching cultures of university means that we have to develop things that we never heard of, or things that we haven't seen, at least not in teaching. But we have other practices we can learn from. We have the good practice of research. First of all, I would mention the fact that it is so far, often in higher education, enough to just have an opinion about teaching. You can build on your own experiences, and you can engage in the discussion and say, I think, and then you can claim almost anything. You can never do that in research. That would be impossible. In research, you have to know the field, you have to know the other researchers, you have to have references to back your claims up, and that means that research constantly seeks more sophistication, better statement, a better fit with reality, and it moves forward thanks to this process. And these are things we can actually introduce into teaching as well. It cannot be okay to just have an opinion when you talk about academic teaching. You should at least have some kind of observation, some kind of theory to link it up to, some kind of references to back your opinion up, so it becomes an informed opinion. It's a whole lot of a difference between having an opinion and putting forward an informed opinion. That's what we try to teach our students, so it shouldn't be that hard for teachers to develop that capability themselves.